What's up?
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. They come around quick, don't they?
They do. They do. Every day seems slow, but then you look back and everything goes by so fast.
I know, I know. I just got a bunch of people just popping in to say hi. The
Of
sorting
course.
hat. I love your work. Thank you, Josh. Small world. I know. We just had Daniel's son from Birmingham in England, which is
Oh,
the Midlands in England. Just pop in. So how's your week been?
it's been good. Busy holidays coming up, just trying to plan all the different events going on. How
I
about you?
know.
What have you been up to since the last time we spoke?
Well, we just done a bit of a sort of Thanksgiving shop early because it was getting crazy. So we just got back from Costco. Love Costco. Where's all my Costco fans out there?
Of course, I have a membership too. You get everything
Oh,
there.
thank everyone for Costco. I'll do the lines and everything. Oh, Mariana Cross is in. Can you see my Can you see any of my comments?
No, no. So we only see whoever's on ours. So that's why I
Oh,
always
okay.
yeah, so I tell everyone to go to yours so that if they had questions, you could see them.
Oh, that's a
Um,
good idea.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I mean, I could
yeah.
get the hearts too, but it's fine. You're the star of the show, so.
Well, I'm not. I'm not. We're both taking time out. Oh, there's a win for Costco. Yeah, I know. Notion Aviation, and we've got Jay that's just come in. What's up, Jay? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Are you the Sorting Hat from Harry Potter? Well, that's a good question. I'm the Sorting Hat from the Hogwarts Legacy game. Sir Leslie Phillips was the iconic voice in the movies. Sadly, he's no longer with us, but he set the groundwork for all Sorting Hats that came after him.
That
So
he did. I
we
mean, the
all
sorting
paid
hat is
homage.
iconic.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Somebody's just recognised me from the ITV. I think we spoke about this. That's where I started doing voiceovers. Was live on British television, and it's a funny concept. We would introduce TV shows live in England. They just don't do that here. You just go in shows through commercials, right?
Right.
So yeah, so in England we'd do them live. Good evening, you're watching ITV, and in half an hour it's going to be this, but right now it's Coronation Street. it's, when you think about it, it's quite a funny concept, but it worked, and it's quintessentially a UK thing. So we
I
like it. Can
think
I ask a question, Jason? How did you become a voice actor? I was just actually that's right on topic. That's was my start. Um, oh, just very quickly, side. White Wolf just received her autograph. Ah, you're welcome. I sent her a signed autograph for her lovely picture that she sent me.
yeah, she
So
showed me she's very excited.
oh, that's great. Yeah, so I actually started at ITV doing these live announcements, and I had no idea what I was doing. They threw me on air live. I had some idea what I was doing, but I wasn't trained. I hadn't gone through 6 weeks of training. I did my training on the job, um, which
Oh,
which is rather nerve wracking when it's live. So that's how I started. I think if I started today, I would probably start on TikTok. I know that sounds crazy, but I would say if you've got a talent, an inkling, you can do impressions, you can do accents. I would start on TikTok and just do make content for TikTok. I keep encouraging a lot of people to basically do that, do content for TikTok because it makes you a content creator. You can then showcase exactly what you want to showcase and what you're good at, and you'll just get better and better because you're doing it every day. So I really applaud anyone doing that.
I agree. TikTok's a
Yeah,
really good big platform, and a lot
yeah,
of actors, cosplayers. I know someone on here named Buck Duck. They do a lot of Hogwarts Legacy cosplay, and they go
yeah.
live, and it's a good way to get your name out. But I think, isn't it rumored that they're getting rid of TikTok next year? I'm not sure. They keep pushing the date back, so I
Who
don't know.
knows? It depends. I think it depends politically. I think at the moment they're not. But you can never rely on it. But you know what? If they don't, there'll be something else, and
That's true.
we'll all jump ship to that. So I really wouldn't let that worry you. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to start now because what's the point? No, don't think like that. Start now. Do not delay. Jump in, and if it goes away, it goes away, and you do something else. Always make sure, I say, to try and keep all your content. So try and keep all the content that you make, keep that separate on a drive somewhere, so that if and when we need to switch, you've still got content that you could put up on a new platform. You know, somebody just said I'm turning 15 soon. I remember that. I remember turning 15. Not
I don't
soon.
remember. There's only so far I can remember. I don't. My husband has a really good memory. He remembers things from his childhood, and I'm like, I barely remember what I ate this morning. I don't know how you do it.
I actually specifically remember my dad saying to me, "Aren't you 15 soon?" And I was like, "No, I'm 14." Yeah, just a weird conversation. I'm turning 15 soon, and you've inspired me to become a voice actor. So I was just curious to know. Ops. Oh no, hang on. Nope. Yes, I'm just curious to know. Are you curious to know how to get started? I drive a lot of people to a fantastic website called I want to be a voice actor.com. It's a
Oh,
really, really great website. It was actually set up by D. Bradley Baker, who's a phenomenal a voice actor out here in LA. And like us all, we get that question the most. So he decided to put all of his responses and resources into this page, and it's really good. Like, I would definitely check that out. I want to be a voiceactor.com. And it just, no matter where you are, whether you're an experienced actor, whether you're starting from ground zero, it gives you exactly what you need to do in order to, set yourself up for success. So, he did follow on. I'm doing my GCSEs next year, and it's what I want to do when I'm older. Yeah. Well, AI is going to take a big chunk of that, but, I still think there's an awful lot of creative people out there that will still want to work with actual people. Dare I have to say that, but,
yeah.
It's true. It's absolutely true. Yeah, I still think it's a good, viable career path, and just make sure that you're doing it for the right reasons and that you're passionate about it. I tried a lot of different things before I landed at voice acting, so I encourage you to do the same. That's why I think it's good to do acting lessons, stand-up comedy, improv, theatre. Because if you like to do performance arts, there's so many different avenues you can try. So I'd try them all and see which one you like the most. Lenny says, love your vids. Thanks, Lenny. Thank you very much. Jay says, I think Lemonade was going to take over. Is that
Lemonade.
somebody in the feed, maybe? I don't know. Lemonade?
No, I think that's a website. Yeah, I think that's what's
Oh,
supposed to.
Lemonade. Is that?
Yeah,
Yeah. Thank you. Sorry. I thought it was
yeah.
a username.
No, I think that's supposed to replace TikTok. I'm not sure what that is yet, but like you
Oh,
said, there's gonna
really?
be. Yeah, you said there's always gonna be something. There's always
There
something.
is. You
Yeah.
know what? And I can even remember when I was precious about these social media sites. And then I just thought, what? We've all started from ground zero on all of them. So it really doesn't matter as long as there's new platforms evolving. I think, they'll just attract more creative people. So, yeah. I've just got a couple of questions coming in. Hey, I think it's awesome. How do you do all the voices? Oh, thank you. Practice British. Not practice British. British is his username. British. Yeah, just practice. I used to do impressions like drove people up the wall, but then people started to think, oh, they're actually quite good. And then you're like, this sort of performing clown wherever you go, and people go, do your impressions. But it's all practice. And ultimately, it's all performance too. And then what I did with those impressions, I just warped them a little bit to make them unique characters and stuff. It's as simple as that. So it's like a beatboxer. When you start learning to beatbox, you have a few instruments you can utilize. But then after a while, you start to find more and more. And that's the same with voices and characters and everything else. So it's just tons and tons of practice.
Are you able to beatbox?
Hi, Jason. No. When you ever say that to somebody and they think, shall I try it? And then you go, no. I've done I can do some odd noises and stuff, but those beatboxers are next level now. It's insane. You just think, how are you getting that out of and when you think vocal cords they're like tiny, this tiny little band of flesh in your throat, which is your vocal cords, and to be able to get all those different sounds and noises out of them is quite incredible. Mariana Cross was saying Lemonade is kind of like Pinterest. Is that right? Yeah. I never got into Pinterest. I wasn't interested enough in Pinterest.
Me either, actually. I think I have an account or two, but I don't go on them.
No. Yeah. Oh, before TikTok, it was Musical.ly. Yeah, that's right, Ellie. That's right. And I remember getting on TikTok, and everyone kept saying, "Oh, you shouldn't go on there. It's just dancing and miming and stuff," which a lot of it was. But we soon just decided, well, we'll just do what we do on it. And I remember one of the first things I put on there was a Star Wars sketch I did, and it was called Space Rage, and it was Darth Vader losing it flying his X-Wing.
Really?
It was just a little sketch I put up, and it did really well. And rest after that is kind of like history. I just kept doing more of the same stuff, and then putting my work up there, and so I do fun stuff on it, but I also treat it as a business tool because it is an excellent way to get your work seen. I've had a few video games now approach me from TikTok, which has been great, and they see my work and they think, oh, and that's why I say I encourage people now. That is the best way to start out, is just doing some fun stuff on TikTok. My guy in Uxbridge is here, London Irishman. From Uxbridge calling. What's up? You got snow in Uxbridge? They've got snow everywhere, and it's a big deal. And this time of year for the UK to get snow is a big deal. But widespread snow across the UK is almost unheard of in November. So, and it will bring the country to its knees. we get an inch of snow, we're like, okay, everybody, nobody go out, trains stop, everybody stop. So yeah, it's pretty hi Helen, nice to see you in the live. Jack says, how did you get to voice so many people in Hogwarts Legacy? A little bit of luck, a little bit of chance. I think because they had so many characters in that game, and I came in very early in production, and my first character was Nearly Headless Nick. Hello. So I did his lines first, and it was literally like this snowball of, and it's quite common when you do video games that they say, could you try this other character? We've got another character we'd like you to try for. Because, sometimes you've got an hour or two in the session left. And that's what happened. They said, could you try this? Can you do a Scottish accent? Yeah. Could you try this guy? And this is a ghost. And then Professor Binns. And it just snowballed over the years. I worked on that for 5 years. So, yes. So that's how it became like, it was 10 characters and there was 20 characters. And I think it ended up like 26 voices in that game, from goblins to to Victor Rookwood, of course. Definitely Victor Rookwood.
Absolutely.
And that's how it kind of snowballed. But normally when you do video games, you do multiple characters. They like to get you in for at least 2 or 3, for sure. So that's why it's really good to experiment with your voice. So and see what voice placements you can do, and work on accents as well. Yeah. So that's it melted. The snow melted in the UK. Oh, I hate that. The UK is so pretty with snow.
I have a question here for you.
Yes.
So my friend Grim Fandango, he's asking that if you could have, who would you have voiced in Baldur's Gate 3, another video game? Have you heard of Baldur's Gate?
Yeah, I know the game, but I don't know it well enough. I mean, I love Baldur's Gate. A colleague of mine in the UK voiced somebody in that. I don't think I would have been too fussy. I would just love to be a part of that franchise because I know it's just a great game, great writing, great characters. They're all such good, rich characters. I really would. I thought, yeah, because I know there's a lot of British characters in that. A lot of those.
There's a lot of different ranges of voices because there's so many characters. There are so many different races and just everything. It's really an expanded game. I have it. Someone gifted it to me, but I still have not finished it because it's just so much.
Yeah, it's big. It's a big game. Yeah. Funny enough, we got somebody in from Glasgow. Where did they go? Merry Christmas to you all. Thank you, London Irish. I don't think that's too early at all. I think it's appropriate. I'm just scrolling up. If you're from Glasgow, give us another shout because I've just lost your message where you were from. What Call of Duty were you in? I was in Call of Duty MW. Modern Warfare. I say MW19 because it came out in 2019. But yeah, I was in Warzone and Call of Duty Mobile as well, and I played Otter in that. And that was another really good game. Just grounded, great script. I think these days a lot of the big successful games, the characters are really grounded characters. Which is great for us because you can really get your teeth stunk into it, and it's a lot easier for us. I remember playing a race of rat people.
Race of rat people.
Yeah, it was for Warhammer, and it was an incredibly vocal, challenging voice to do. And there were a lot of sweat and tears in those sessions because they was just hard, it was just hard vocally. And they had this very erratic pacing too, like a rat would, with a lot of sniffing and snorting in between lines. Oh God. But that's all part of the process of, voice acting, especially in video games. You can literally play anything, absolutely anything. Somebody says, can we, White Wolf says, can we skip Thanksgiving and just go to Christmas? Well, the rest of the world do. The rest of the world skip Thanksgiving. Well, I know Canada has an early Thanksgiving.
Well, that made me bring up the thought or the question that, so you moved to LA, so you celebrate Thanksgiving here, but not being from here. How do you celebrate Thanksgiving, or do you have any traditions you've started?
No.
That's what I thought.
unless we get invited by somebody here, we don't do anything for Thanksgiving other than not work.
It's a good vacation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I love it because it kind of starts Christmas earlier for everyone here because people like to get decorated in time for Thanksgiving. So it was a big thumbs up for me. I was like, oh, yeah, great. That means we can put the tree up 3 weeks earlier. I'm in. Yeah, thanks. Irishman says Thanksgiving isn't a British thing. No. However, they have stolen Black Friday. Tell me Black Friday's not a thing in England now. because I see it everywhere. And that was part of the shopping spree of Thanksgiving, right? It was the Friday after Thanksgiving that everyone went mad for sales for Christmas. So, yeah, I bet you they'll pop up. Yeah, we do have Black Friday. See, I don't know. But Andre says, hello, Jason. I'm a fan, voice actor. Talk about it, make lion sound and other animals. Oh, that's good if you can. Yeah, you know what? That's a good point, Andre. D. Bradley Baker, who I spoke about earlier, he's infamous in the voiceover world for doing animals and creature noises. I can do like, ah! I don't know what that is, but
It's a thing.
yeah, it's a thing. But if you can do animal noises, authentic animal noises and creature noises, that's a whole thing. That's a whole different. Like Peter Cullen, who voices Optimus Prime, he voiced the Predator, and they did that funny vocalization that.
That's a good one.
Which is that Predator thing. So that's a very good point. All those things, they're all little tools in your back pocket when you go into these sessions. Hey, Black only $2 off Friday. See, the Irishman came through. I knew it because Amazon do it. And they do it worldwide now with Black Friday. So and it's not drastically cheaper. I know. I've actually seen companies raise their prices up before Black Friday, then pull them down. I mean, there's a lot of craftiness going on. So, but we're a shrewd bunch. We know to shop around.
Especially these days in the economy. Of course, we're not just going to take $5 off.
No, exactly. We're going to double check and triple check and make sure everyone wants a good deal.
Someone in my comments says Thanksgiving would benefit by adding Yorkshire pudding in it.
Oh, Yorkshire pudding! Which is basically just batter and a good bit of olive oil on top, and then in the oven, and they make beautiful puffy. It's like a croissant, but it's not. But it's a delicious, and you pour gravy in the middle of it, and it all just makes this gravy boats. Delicious.
The UK really likes gravy, doesn't it?
We love gravy. I think the Canadians stole gravy from us because we had gravy first. I'm always trying to find gravy here in America, and hardly anyone does gravy or mint sauce. I love gravy and mint sauce. Have you ever had that combo?
No, I haven't, but there's 2 or 3 UK, they say they're authentic in their reviews. So I'm trying to find a time to go and figure it out because ever since you spoke to me last month, I really, really want fish and chips in a bag.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yes. Fish and chips in a bag. It's the best. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. And here's a tip. London Irishman, because he works, I'm not sure if you work or own a fish and chip shop, but always put more vinegar. Because I don't know what happens to vinegar when you put it in a bag of chips. It just disappears. So don't be very liberal. Just pour it all on because it will just evaporate in the bag, and you'll think it's nice and salt and vinegary, and it's not. So I think I'm right there.
I think you would be right. I really need to find that, or maybe make it myself. Maybe I should find an authentic recipe, make it at home, show it off.
Yeah. Get a newspaper, stuff it in there. Transformers Prime says, "Hi Jason, I like voice acting and I can do a few voices. That's great." I think the first step there definitely is to showcase them on TikTok for sure. Because as I say, the more you do it, the better you will get. What was the website called again? It was called iwanttobeavoiceactor.com. That's it. And no spaces or underscores or anything. Just iwanttobeavoiceactor.com.
There's also another website that smaller users use. I think it's called Hit Record or Record, and it's by, oh my gosh. Have you ever seen the show Third Rock from the Sun?
I love that show. That was so good.
Yes, I can't remember one of the younger ones, and he's really famous now. I'm trying to remember. Oh, he was also known for.
Was he in the movie Looper? Was he in the movie Looper?
I don't know. It's the younger one. He has a
Yes,
baby face,
yes,
black
yes,
hair.
yes.
Yes. So
Yeah,
he created that in like specifically for younger creators or just independent creators to go on the website. And if there's a company that needs a voice actor or needs an actor, you're in the area, you audition online and they take care of you. So it really is a community based. So I think it's called Hit Record or Record. And the owner is that actor. For the life of me, I
wow,
can't.
that's great. Let me just,
Yeah.
I want to know I'll just look him up quickly.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, wait. My phone's on the stand, so I can't do it myself. But
yeah, let me, hang on. He'll come up. Cast of,
hi,
uh,
guys. Hi, people coming in. If y'all have questions for Jason, go to his live and ask them. I don't mind losing my viewers. It's just if you want to talk to Jason, go over there.
Robot
Oh
from
my
the
gosh,
Sun.
it's bothering me. I can't remember his name.
I know, it's going to, Drop from the Sun. Oh, here we are.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. That one.
Yeah, that's it. Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I knew it was a
There you
difficult
go.
one to remember.
Yes, he's really big on independent people and younger people getting into the entertainment business. So he
That's
made that
great.
website. Yeah, so I think I had an account years ago, but I think I was too shy to even try something because a while back I actually wanted to go into voice acting. And I just never went into it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think a lot of people, it's where do you start? As I say, how I started is going to be very different, I think, from the advice that I would give people now how to start. And of course, you have got to get into some kind of acting class, some acting, thing,
Right.
whatever it is, because, it is ultimately what we do, let alone just learning the technicalities of voiceover, which is really to perform everything without upsetting the microphone. The microphone, so you have to stay on mic. You can't wave around too much because it creates too much noise. You can't have, like, I never wear watches or jewelry or anything when I'm recording. And you wear loose clothing, so you never wear leather or vinyl. Not that you would, but who knows? Because you'll get that scraping noise every time you move. So there's a lot of technical things with voice acting. That you'll learn. But yeah, mainly you need to go in there with some good acting chops.
Going in to do an acting job wearing leather sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. I bet you wish you didn't afterwards. Oh boy. So Deliesel says, haven't seen you on my FYP page for ages. I don't know what happens with that algorithm. I started playing Hogwarts Legacy today, and here you are. Magic. There you go. Have you been sorted yet? That's what I want to know. Let me know if you've been sorted and where I sorted you. I've sorted over 35 million people.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of sorting.
Yes.
That's a lot of sorting.
You
Yes.
fathered in 35 million players and attempted to murder some of them as well.
Yes, unfortunately, there is that other side to me in that game. Yes. Somebody said Joseph Gordon-Levitt's supposed to be a lovely guy. I'm sure he is, definitely, if he's doing stuff like that for other up-and-coming actors. It's always nice to pass the baton a bit, because there's no doubt about it. It's a tough business to break into. There's a great deal of nepotism in this industry, as with most things. But that's why I think it's a level playing field on social media, because you've got an instant audience, and also as well, and you've got to be thick-skinned like this. They'll tell you whether it's good or not. Now, sometimes you got to hear that it's not good, because then you'll come away and you'll think, okay, I need to work on that. So, it's not an easy thing to do either, and certainly not to be put off by what other people say. They're only guiding you. Every bit of information you get, whether it's in a class or on social media, which is a bit more brutal sometimes, it's all just guidance. So I beg you, please do not take it personally. We are in the rejection business. The entertainment business is the rejection business. when you think how many thousands of roles we all go up for, and we get a small percentage, but that's enough for a career. But we've auditioned for thousands, you know? And so you got to know that you're going to get more no's than yeses. You're probably going to get more negative feedback, but feedback is feedback. And if you take it the right way, it shouldn't be negative. It's just guiding you to work on it. You know,
That's good advice. That not even just for the entertainment industry. That's like an everyday thing to think about. That every mistake and everything negative you go through is just another lesson.
Yeah. Yeah. There was I read a story once. There was a guy who he worked on an airfield, and he got all this plane ready, and he forgot to fill the plane with fuel, and it was a long flight. And the pilot got on board, was about to take off, and then did all his checks, and he realized there's not enough fuel here. If I'd have taken off, I'd have ended up in the ocean. So he said, who was in charge of the plane? And the guy pointed him out, guy over there. And he said, come here. And he said, I want you to fill this plane up with fuel. Now, I'm not going to fire you, but I know by me telling you that now that you will never, ever forget to fill this plane up again with fuel. Am I right? And he was like, absolutely. So, you know, by him not just going, my God, fire this guy, get rid of him, he learned an incredibly valuable lesson that I'm sure would have stuck with him for the rest of his life. And that's what I'm saying with you know, with advice, good or bad, that you get throughout life, career, and everything. You know, please try and take it in a positive way and learn from it. Because, you know, as we know with social media, it can be your best friend, it can be your worst ally. But at the end of the day, it's all feedback, you know. And we know now, you know, also like what people like sometimes they're like, oh, no, you know, I like that, but can I have 10 seconds of it? Or I like that, can we have more of it? Like, you know, you'll soon find out all these things, the things you're doing right and the things you're not doing right. Thank you, Mr. C. Appreciate that. What's a good affordable budget mic to start off with? I would absolutely 100% always go with a Rode NT1 mic, a Rode RODE NT1 mic. It's about $150 and it's brilliant. It's brilliant. I've got this guy here, the Neumann, but you know, he's for down the line, that one. And that's kind of an industry standard mic, but the Rode NT1 is absolutely brilliant. It's a superb starter mic. Mr. C said, oh, thank you, mate. I love you too. I love you too. London, yo! Mr. C's in London. Gosh, I miss London.
When are you going back? I know you travel back and forth, right?
Yes, I normally travel more in the summer, springtime, because because you get it gets crazy dark early in England, like 3:30 in the winter, if it's cloudy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you just don't get a full day. You know, so I find when I do travel during the spring and summer, there's just so much more day. There's just so much more to your trip. Whereas, you know, wintertime, it's not very forgiving. Somebody says, oh, Transformers Prime. Hi, Jason. Can I ask you a few questions? Yeah, fire away. I'll try and see them in the feed.
I have a few friends in the UK, and they've told me nothing short of what you've already said, where it's always dreary and cloudy and wet and depressing.
Oh, and it's horrible. Like, I love it. But I know that everyone will be like, yeah, it's the best country in the world. I love it. But the weather and we have clouds, but England seems to have a cloud layering system. Like they have 5-6 layers. Like, if you ever come into London Heathrow on a cloudy day, good grief, you've got 10 minutes in cloud. Of course, now living in Los Angeles, it's just like you are just spoilt. It's you know, the weather here is, and I don't care what people say, but a lot of people would agree with me. You know, we really do get affected with weather. We do. We do. That low depression, they call it. Yeah, that's what we're experiencing right now. true. When you get that low depression, it literally
Weighs
does
you down.
weigh you down, and it's dark, and then you add rain and wind into that, and it's like, oh,
Uh,
so yeah, it's tough through the winters from about, well, January and February were the worst because you have Christmas to look forward to,
yeah.
and everyone's in a bit more of a cheery mood. But January and February were really. Whoosh. Somebody has a question here. I have a careers convention event yesterday, and I asked about voice acting, and they said to go to ITV. Ha! Okay. Well, I wouldn't. I wouldn't discredit that because I went to ITV. I wrote a letter to the head of continuity. There's a division called the continuity division, and they're the ones that hire all the live announcers. And I just wrote a letter to them and managed to get an interview. But yeah, there's a lot more resources out there. If right to all the networks, all the big networks have continuity departments. BBC, Channel 4, Channel 5, Sky. They all have continuity departments. So it's a good avenue to check. Mr. C says, Jason, my actress Scarlett Johansson, Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas, Howard Sam Neill. Yeah, good list. Good list, good actors. Look like most of the Avengers, but there we are. And
That had me
again,
a thought, Jason. So
yeah.
you built yourself for a while now. You've worked hard to be where you're at. But even now, how often do you would say that you get a no instead of a yes?
Oh, all the time.
Oh,
All the
okay.
time. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just a big industry, you said too, right? There's a lot of people fighting for spots.
All the time. It's just it will be with you, through your career because you're not right for everything.
That's true.
You're just not right, and that's what you must also. And it's hard because you think, oh gosh, I did such a good audition, and I really thought, I really connected with that character, and it was fun, and it was good writing, and you think, you're going to get some of those that you really were like, oh boy, I would love that, but it's not to say that you weren't right, but there's so many things along the way. Like there could be another actor or actress that sounded similar to you in the cast, or somebody just did a better job in the in the read. You just don't know. You just don't know. There's so many variables. You sounded too old. You sounded too young. It's not just quite right what we were listening for. So it is just part. Even with all the stuff I've done and and all the agents and everything, you're still going to get no's, hopefully not as many, but you're still going to get no's. It's just the no business.
Was there a interview that you did that you thought you probably wouldn't get, but you were pleasantly surprised that they got you on?
Yeah, actually, Call of Duty was one of them. And this is
Oh,
another thing, right? So I auditioned for Call of Duty, and it was about 3 or 4 months later that they said, "Can come in and record."
oh,
I'd written that off. I was like, "And for what was that again? What character?" Yeah, you read for Otter, and we read all the time, so we're just like, so
sure.
yeah. So that's another thing too. Just because you didn't get that job doesn't mean they're making the decision right now. Things can delay projects all the time. Or you do, you always do your best job on an audition. Of course you do. Why wouldn't you? So if you're not right for that, but you've done a really good audition, people will remember you and bring you back in. I've just done an audition for Nickelodeon. I've worked on Nickelodeon. I've been into audition. I've got callbacks, all sorts of things but they keep calling me in because they know, they know that eventually something will just fit well again and you're in, So it's always, you should always absolutely do your best work for auditions because those are they're so valuable that you actually get an opportunity to read for a job, So, but yeah, you'll get no's, and it's just, some of them hurt more than others. Some of them take, excuse me, some of them take a day to get over. But yeah, I guess you know what, there's that saying: if it was easy, everyone would be doing it.
That's true, and you don't want them to because you want to do it.
Well, that too, but also, let's be honest. I mean, if it was easy, where's the challenge? Where's the um, where's the gratitude then? Like you work hard to do something, and then that adds value to something. Whatever you're doing, if it's hard work and it's hard to get to, and not everyone can do it, that adds so much value to anything in life, and you cherish it that more. All the roles that I've done, they all become part of my family. They're all things that I love and I cherish, and I'll always be able to look back fondly on them. Just like if you're, decorating a house or building an accounting firm or whatever it is, because it was hard work, because it was challenging. That's what makes it worth doing. If Mount Everest was easy to climb, we'd all climb it and go, what's the big deal? It's not cold up here. What are you on about? That was easy. I did it 10 minutes. 10 minutes. That's no challenge, but it's not,
Yeah.
So I think that's what happened to your demiguise. Oh, it's here, Jay.
Right over.
There he is.
Mine now, demi guys.
Oh yeah. I hate them demiguises.
I feel like this whole conversation has become some kind of a life lesson.
Yeah, well, it's funny because I think whatever you learn in life, in your career, it's basically, I think it's teachable to anyone else's career and life. Yeah, sure, the career changes, but that's it. So yeah. You were on a cooking show 20 years ago. I know, Deliesel. I was on a cooking show. Oh, it was abysmal. I shouldn't have been on a cooking show. Well, I never cooked. It was a celebrity cooking show. And it was a big, very famous chef who's Ainsley. He's huge in England. Still a big famous chef. Not quite as big as Gordon Ramsay, but very well known in England. And he used to do a cooking show. And it was a timed cooking show with two teams. And we would have to have a race together cooking a meal. But we'd each have an expert chef with us. And I knew nothing around my way around a kitchen. And I remember this one chef, she said, pass me the herbs. And I turned around, I said, I don't see herbs. Or herbs, I should say. And she said, the bowl. And I went, the bowl? The bowl of what? And she went, the plants. And I went, they're herbs. And she went, yes. I went, oh, okay. I had a bowl of literal growing herbs. I was like, I didn't know they were herbs. Like, pass me the salad, maybe. But so it was really good fun. It was quite high pressure, but it was such good fun. Yeah.
You can find that clip later. I need to find it.
Yes, I've got it somewhere. Ready, Steady, Cook. It's called.
Ready, Steady, Cook. Okay.
Ready, Steady, Cook.
I love cooking shows. They're so funny.
They are, yeah, especially when they're under high pressure. Yeah. Thanks for all the support on voice acting. Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you, mate. Have a great weekend. Diane Black says, hi, Jason. Hello. Good evening, Diane. Let's have a look. Oh, my God, it's Voice Guy.
It's Voice Guy.
That's it, from the raccoon. From the raccoon. Mr. C saying Jason on the cooking show. Yes. There's a new cooking show out from the Weasley twins. The Wizarding cooking show.
Yes, everyone's very excited to watch that. And I think WB, well, I spoke this in my other news videos that they're trying to focus on that show, bring in some more revenue, but also bring back some of the old fans because they're trying to bring the community and the fandom a little more alive and keep it going.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I follow a lot of Harry Potter stuff online, and I think there's so much there to pull from for future content. Obviously, with the new Harry Potter TV series as well.
Right.
Marauders, I mean, they could do all of the elders. They could do. There's just so much rich stuff there. They could do whole spin-off series for. So yeah, but a cooking show, that's a good start. Have you seen some of the cakes on it?
Not yet. I need to take a look.
Oh, it's stunning. Like, it's unbelievable. It's more like sculpting with sugar.
That's what baking is, really. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really impressive. Yeah.
I will check it out.
Somebody says here, have you done any mocap? Yeah, I did. I've done some motion capture. Doing some more next year. Again, I remember doing my first mocap. It is a little. It's not daunting. It's just very different because you're in a what they call the volume, which is a soundstage, but not. Oh, have you got your volume up? I've got some feedback. I don't know if that's me or you.
Oh. I'm not getting the feedback. I noticed with TikTok it's on and off because I noticed with the recording last time. How's that?
That's oh yeah, that's better. That's better. Yeah, so you do all your kind of stuff in this volume, which is surrounded by cameras, hundreds of cameras around you, which are recording everything from every angle. So that the good thing is you've only got to get one good record in for a scene, and then you don't have to do any more shooting because the director then can pick whatever angle he wants on any character or any part of the scene from that one shoot. So once they've got the scene, you can move on. It's really incredible.
That's nifty.
I know. Whereas obviously TV, film, it's all over the shoulder shot, two shot, your perspective, my perspective, wide shots, like doing all the same scene over and over. So, but of course, there's a lot more technicalities as well in mocap. So a lot of the time you're stopping for technical things, some glitches and things. But yeah, definitely the most important thing when you turn up to a mocap session is to know your lines. Because you do not want to hold up production because you don't know your line. That's the one job you've got is to remember.
I was thinking, Jason, if you wanted to do, we haven't done it in a few months. If you wanted to do another giveaway, I actually have a giveaway question related to mocap.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely. Let's do a giveaway of
So the question is, if someone joined us for the last interview, so you mentioned that you did mocap for a character where they changed the actor for the voice, and who was that? And the first person to say it can get the giveaway.
Oh, good grief. That's a good one. That's really good. That is very good. Yes, as Anne said, I mocapped a character which they obviously kept my mocap performance in the game, but they changed the character's voice. And yes, who was that character?
Let's see who remembers. Watching his chat.
Yeah. Yeah. And
anyone getting it?
If you don't get it in this, you can always DM us. I really hope Hogwarts Legacy gets some more DLC. Yeah, me too, Jay. Me too.
Yeah, it looks like with the last gaming news we heard, they're trying to make Hogwarts Legacy 2 related to the new Harry Potter show, which a lot of people aren't happy about because that means you completely skip over the original Hogwarts Legacy timeline.
I mean, I don't know anything, but I don't think they would do that because it's two totally different time
Yeah.
differences. No, they'll. I'm sure they will just build on that era because it works so great
Right.
because it gave them a fresh slate basically. So yeah, I don't think they'll be tying it in. It just wouldn't make sense, and that's just
It
me
doesn't.
standing back as a Harry Potter fan. It just wouldn't make sense, you know. Yeah, but I'm no expert. Um, yeah, I know I won last time. Mariana, you did win last time. I notice you're not answering this question.
Is no one answering it?
Nobody's got it yet. So
Oh,
I don't know if I can give a clue, but there were several scenes in Hogwarts Legacy with this character.
several scenes.
Several scenes throughout the whole game, and you'd always learn something pretty crucial in these scenes. And as I say, I mocapped the character, I voiced the character, but they changed the character's voice.
Are there people guessing yet, or is no one like? Are they completely stumped?
I don't see anyone. Zorro just asked for the question again, so there you go. So Zorro
Let's
says,
see.
all right. So the question is, what was the character's name that I mocapped in the game, but I didn't end up voicing that character? And it's a character we see pretty regularly throughout the game in these cutscenes. And in these cutscenes, we learn things that have happened. Is that right? Yeah.
That's a good hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a Jason quiz 101. Random
Yeah,
facts from Jason.
Yeah, it is. It is good. I wish Hogwarts Legacy 2 wasn't based in modern day. I don't think it's going to be, Jay. I don't know why.
We hope not. We really hope not.
No. I, as I say, I'm no expert, but I very much doubt that they would do that because it's such a rich story they've built in the 1890s. So no, I think you're good. The game as in Hogwarts Legacy. Yes, the game as in Hogwarts Legacy. Correctamundo. Hey, Jason, I've got a question for you about a horror movie, Bambi the Reckoning. I haven't heard of that. Have you?
Is that?
Is that a real thing? Bambi the Reckoning?
I don't know. Probably. I mean, they made a horror movie about Winnie the Pooh, so probably.
Did they?
Yeah, they did. It was an independent film, so it wasn't in theaters or anything.
Wow.
Or was it? I don't know. There's so many different movies out these days. I watched Smile 2 last week. I don't know if you're into horror movies or thrillers at all.
I don't like horror movies. Oh, we've got a winner. We've got a winner.
Who was it?
It was DeLiesel.
Oh,
DeLiesel, Percival Rackham.
congratulations.
Yay! Well done, DeLiesel. DeLiesel, do you want to DM me? If you DM me with your name and address, and then you can choose. I've got a Victor Rookwood. I'll actually show you.
I love mine. I love my Victor Rookwood. I want to get a sorting hat next.
A sorting hat. You get your sorting hat. We've got a Victor Rookwood photo in all his menacing.
Victor,
menacingness.
sorting hat, Peeves.
Yeah, I just did the 3 at the moment. The sorting hat.
There.
Ah, yes.
Well, you could do Piney if he was a fan of Piney.
Yes. Whee! Naughty. Yep. So we've got those 3. So you can pick which one you want, and let me know your address, and I shall make sure it wings its way to you via owl mail. Well, I don't know what I was doing. Did you see the cute little Piney?
Yes, you showed me last time.
Did I
It's
show
so
you last
cute.
time?
I need to send you the book so you can sign it and send it back to me. I think they sell it on Amazon.
Yeah, definitely. I'll just
What year did that come out? I know it takes a few years for movies to maybe be a cult classic, so maybe one day.
It came out in the States first in 2019.
Okay. Oh yeah, you said it hasn't gone out outside the States, which is
It
funny.
has now.
Oh yes.
Last 2 years it's built, but last year it went to 70 countries.
Oh, okay. So they're slowly bringing it out.
Yes. Yep. Still not in the UK yet. The UK broadcasting networks and stuff is in a bit of a reorganizing status at the moment. Yes. So that hasn't happened yet. But yeah, it's available in Canada, Australia, and Germany, France, Spain. Obviously, I'm not multilingual. Ireland, in Ireland. Yep. And you can see it in the States on Apple TV, YouTube, the paid YouTube, I think it is, iTunes, and Amazon.
Okay, so it's going everywhere. So it's spreading out.
Yeah.
People are watching it.
Yeah. And then these guys came out. These are Tonys, IES. So in there is the whole audio for the film and some songs and the music and everything. And you pop that on the little Tony speaker, and it plays all of that automatically.
Wow.
So, and you can buy these now. They're in the window display at FAO Schwartz in New York.
Oh, okay.
It's so cool because I loved the movie Big when I was growing up with Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
And of course, that was filmed in FAO Schwartz. So it's like, whoa, full circle.
You get to walk around and say, hey, that's me.
That's me. That's my voice. So, yeah, that's really cool.
Someone in my chat named Jazzy. She says, Jason, I love your stuff. Jazzy, if you have a question for Jason, go to his live. He'll be able to see your question.
Yeah, absolutely. Any conventions planned next year? I hope so. Nothing on the books at the moment. Conventions have been incredibly popular this year because, as I say, the industry's been stalling. More people have had time to go and do them. And it's just, I don't want to say it's been swamped, but it's been a busy year for conventions in the best possible way, because fans have got to see people that probably normally wouldn't have done conventions. And it's just a huge growing industry.
Absolutely.
So I'm always pleasantly surprised to see people on the convention circuit. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. I would love to meet them. So hopefully next year, we'll see. I want a Piney figure. I know, Jay. I just bought this. I didn't actually get the Tony. I just wanted the little figure. These are $20.
$20. Well, there's a little chip inside. So.
Yep. Target or Walmart, and you could put a little hook on and hang him on your tree.
Cute.
Well, I might do that one with this one, or I might scan him and get a giant one. Put him outside the front of the house.
Exactly.
That's
Everyone
a Macaulay Culkin moment. But you never know. What was the audition process for Hogwarts Legacy? Oh, here's Jazzy. Hey, Jazzy. Just like any other. So what happens every morning? I will get a bunch of auditions that come in from my agent. Some are due back literally like within hours. Some are due back like the next day or the day after. But I normally set aside my mornings to do auditions. So they'll come in, and a lot of these projects you don't know too much about because it's all secret. So they only let you know what you need to know your character. And so, I'll get the script in and I'll read it through a few times and I'll try and make a bit of sense of it and see if there's humor, if there's meant to be humor in there, see how I can connect with it personally as well. Always a good thing if you can connect with something personally, something that's happened to you. Or, you know, I remember when the Christmas tree audition came in and they didn't really have a specific for the voice, but I just knew I loved Christmas. So I just read everything. It was just the the innocent enthusiasm of a Christmas fan. Oh, I just want to be dressed up in baubles and bows, you know, and just this enthusiasm for Christmas. So that's how you can use your personal experiences and passions and interests. Yeah, and then you just send it off. You audition. Unlike acting, you'll only send in your lines. You don't read the other person's lines or get those read to you. So if you're in a scene, sometimes what I'll do is I'll record. Maybe I'll say the other person's line, but I'll cut it out when I send it. So you'll read it, and then if somebody says, "Hey, what are you doing there?" You're not going to send them that. Somebody will say, "Hey, what are you doing there?" Nothing. I was just, you know, and that's the bit you'll send. You'll cut out. What are you doing there? Or I'll just read it and go, "What are you doing there?" Oh, nothing. I wasn't doing anything. I'm just wandering around. Yeah. What is the time? Yeah, that sort of thing. So it's quite a funny process. You know, you have to play two characters.
So you're talking to yourself the whole time.
You are always talking to yourself. That's voiceovers. That's voiceovers and voice acting. You're talking to yourself, man. You've nailed it. It is. Shapeshifter, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, mate. How's it going? I know we spoke a bit about voice acting in the week, and I was telling Shapeshifter as well. Just it is very difficult right now. You know, there's a lot of disruption in the business and AI. But the one thing you've still got, as I said earlier, is social media, and keep putting out content. Keeps pushing out what you do, showcasing your talents.
That's what a lot of people don't realize about content creation in any aspect is that it's a lot of dedication. It's a lot of continuous like scheduling, planning, like just putting yourself out there. It can get really, really exhausting. But I mean, if you put yourself out there, eventually you'll go somewhere. Like you said, everyone starts somewhere. You just have to put the work into it.
Yeah, you're quite right. It does get exhausting. And, you know, sometimes you do have to just step away a little bit just for your own personal health, because that's what's most important. You know, I spent pretty much best part of a day on a post earlier this week, and oh my goodness, I started off thinking this is going to be a great idea, this is going to be fun, and by the end of the day I was like, can this end, please? Why am I doing this? I don't even know why I'm doing this now. I lost all the faith in the by the time I got to the end, I was just like, I don't want to do this. And I finished it and I put it up, and you know, and at the end of the day, it's like, oh well, new day tomorrow. But my God, I was exhausted, and it was all day. But
you know, that's how it goes too. You're like, oh, that's a great idea. This is going to be great. And then at the end of the day, you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. Just throw it away. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm done. This is ridiculous. This doesn't work. Who are you kidding? No, done. So, you know, it happens to everyone, because it is a lot of work, scheduling and creating and editing and putting it all together, and then getting captions and, you know, I mean, I see a lot of your work, and it just looks fantastic. You've just got... You've got a lot of beautiful graphics and imagery, and that's all got to be edited and put together, and music, voiceover, and it's a lot. It's a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, I applaud content creators. I think you're doing great. How many characters do I play in Hogwarts Legacy? There's a few.
A few. A handful.
A handful. There was 26 in total.
Yeah.
Some of them were background NPC characters, like like dark wizards and goblins, and then there was sort of shopkeepers, ghosts, Rookwood, who's one of the main villains, the Sorting Hat, Bins, a few professors and stuff. It really is quite an array of living and non-living characters. And of course, Peeves, who's a poltergeist, so he's none of those. He's an entity. So it really is
You're
like,
just, you're just all over the game. And since we've become friends, every time I've been trying to play the game more just to enjoy it and do, like you said, the scenes that I've been posting up. I have some more in my drafts. But every time I play, I'm hearing you. And I can't just hear the character anymore. I'm like, oh, there's Jason. There's another Jason. There goes
I've
Jason
ruined it
again.
for you. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've ruined the whole charade. Because when I'm online and going on my FYP, I can't help sometimes when I see people playing the game, but especially when they're at scenes that I'm voicing. So I often just pop in and just say hi. Just saw you playing. Just wanted to pop in and say hi. I voiced that character. And sometimes I think, oh, should I have done that? But
No, you're the star. They love it. They love it. I've seen people
the reception's
react.
really,
They're like, "Oh my gosh, it's Jason!" Like, yeah.
At first they're like, "What? What? Are you for real?" And then somebody else will pipe in, "Yeah, it's him. I've just gone to his site."
Well, it's just like when that time you posted on Facebook and people were doubting you. I'm like, yeah, that's definitely him.
Yeah. Which I suppose is natural. Somebody says, "Oh, I voiced that character." You're like, "Yeah, right."
Come on.
Yeah, come on. So that is fun to do. I will say that is it's just nice. That's a nice perk of the job, being able to pop in and just say hi to.
You'll probably catch me 1 or 2 times then, because I'm actually planning to go live more often, not just for Hogwarts Legacy or anything. I'll just be playing one day. You'll pop in like, oh look, it's Jason.
Yep, I'll throw you off your game, and you'll be like, oh, come on. I literally came in yesterday on a scene. And it was Victor Rookwood as he's going in to see the Three Broomsticks.
Oh, of course, the first scene, the great.
And it literally came up on my screen just as Rookwood burst through the door. Sirona, literally just as he was delivering his. Your clientele's not what it used to be, Sirona. And I was there, and I was like, "Oh, I've got to say hi. I've got to say hi." So I was clicking it away. And they were like, "No way,
look, that's me."
And she called her brother. She got her brother on the phone. "No, I've got Victor Rookwood. No, not on the game. The actor, he's here." He was showing the phone.
Here. Like, I promise, he's right here.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
There's still a lot of younger people, or just people who are new to gaming, that are still discovering the game. And so there's a lot of more comments, and I think people are just so shocked how much you're in the fandom, because most of the voice actors of the game, they're really hard to get to. I've tried. They're hard to get through. They're private, or they're just not interested, which is fair.
Yeah.
So like, people are really, really happy that you're around, and they're really that's gracious, nice. And they're happy to have you around.
Well, that's nice. Lil Peckerwood says, I just went through that scene 10 minutes ago. See, I mean, I think that's when you know that a game's popular, when certainly when you see a lot of people streaming it, but when we can do this live at 5 o'clock and somebody's just been through that scene that we just spoke about, it's kind of like, oh my God, that gives me goosebumps. I'm like, that's so cool. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
it's an iconic scene too. It's like one of the best scenes.
It's one of my favorite scenes. It didn't take very long, but it is one of my favorite scenes, because it's just so passive aggressive, and it just sets the tone.
It does.
And I think Sirona, the actor that played Sirona, was brilliant. I just think the whole thing, it just worked.
It did.
Oh yeah, that was good. I mean, who doesn't want to make an entrance like that?
And then the exit, can't drink butterbeer forever.
Oh, come on. Can't drink butterbeer forever. I feel he should have done a cape flick or something. Yes.
Dramatic.
Let's take our galleons elsewhere.
They said instead of a cane or a cape, just give him a top hat.
Yeah, or he should have just got a port key or something. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, I wish Victor Rookwood stood around a lot longer. He was too hard to get rid of. He's too easy to get rid of.
Yes, I know. I feel he should have been around a lot longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Well, sometimes these characters. I think it's better to people to want more than overstay your welcome.
Mhm.
So I think I would prefer it this way than people going, "Oh my God, every terrible corner in Hogsmeade was flipping Rookwood. Like I couldn't get rid of him." But the fact that he kind of, came in, had a few, strong scenes, and then left, it was like, ooh, okay. And, people wanted more, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, they didn't want him to be another Peeves where they just
Yeah,
like they're tired of it.
yeah, yeah. I always get this a lot. The Joker from Batman.
Oh yeah, like Mark
People-
Hamill Joker or
Yeah,
newer
the Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
Dear Batman, how I've wondered what I would do on this day. Yeah, but I think Mark Hamill does the best Joker. But
Oh, he does. He's my favorite.
yeah, that's a great character to do. I remember I did that monologue. Where can I find it? You might know this monologue, Anne.
I might. I grew up with the original animated Batman, so I grew up with Mark Hamill Joker, and he's so great. Maybe one day I'll get to interview him. We'll see.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll do this as an end to the live. I'll do this as a live audition, if you like.
Live audition, guys. We're all so special.
Let's have a look. I hope I've still got. Oh yeah, here it is. Here it is.
Drum roll.
Oh, this is good. Let's just make that a wee bit bigger so I can see it. Right, where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Okay, this is the Batman. See if you recognize it. Dear friends, today is the day the clown cried. But he cried not for the passing of one man, but for the death of a dream. The dream that one day he would taste victory over his hated enemy. Because it was the Batman that made me the happy soul I am today. How I agonized how to thank him for that. Perhaps with a cyanide pie in the face. Or perhaps an exploding whoopee cushion playfully placed in the Batmobile. But those dreams were dashed by the Weasley Gunzel standing there in our midst. This cowardly, insignificant Gomez who probably got lucky when Batman slipped in the slime trail that Loser left behind him. This disgusting mound of hyena filth who's not fit to lick the spit off my spats. But I digress. The time for sorrow has passed. It's time to look to a future filled with smiles. And I'll be smiling again when we take that man there and stick him in that box there and slip him into that vat of acid there. Okay.
Yay! Fantastic. That was great.
It's quite a monologue, that one.
It is intense, and it just made me think if Joker was real and not insane, he would have been a great voice actor.
Yes, absolutely. Drum roll, please.
All right. Well, I guess it's time to end the live. If you had another question or two you wanted to take, or if you had to head off, that was a good ending.
Yes. Yep, that was a live audition. That's got, you could read that 100 times differently. And that's I think that's a good example of such fantastic writing when you could read it 1,000 times differently. That was paying more homage to the original, but put your own spin on it. But it's all those peaks and troughs, where you go from absolutely mad to. But I don't know. It's so it makes it so interesting for the audience too.
Of course, it brings the character out, and you did a great job as usual. Of course.
Whew, thank you. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. Here's my water. I hope you have a great night and a great Thanksgiving, even though you don't
Yes.
celebrate. Have a
Yes,
good
you too, Anne.
vacation.
Yes,
Uh,
absolutely.
I guess we will talk next month.
Yes, we will. Well, in December.
Yes, Christmas
Oh my
time.
gosh, that's so exciting. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that would be amazing.
Have a good night.
Yes. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Thank you.